Hi, Valley here. I'm going to do a demo of the bioresonance system scanner that I have, so I will share my screen. Okay, so on this page, there is a whole variety of different areas of the body that can be scanned. And so if I scan down, there's a whole heap above this actually, but you can see like there's the mammary glands, the arteries that supply different parts of the brain and the different vessels. And so it's very, very extensive. It covers the whole of the body, all of the organ systems, and a lot of the fluids and the vessels. There's the stomach, there's the lymphatic vessels, spleen, thyroid, and different types of cells within the body. And so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to demonstrate a scan on myself so you can see the process that I take clients through. And you will see that some of them are already ticked. I'm going to actually untick that one. So blast cells are basically new blood cells. And I'm going to scroll up. I'll also just pass some. So I'm going to take the thyroid out. You can see the diagram of that. So that's the behind view, and the adrenals. And so these are the ones that I normally scan when I'm doing the first session with somebody, and they can add other areas in if they want to. And here's all of the colon, and this is what we're going to do actually. All of the colon, all of the small intestine, and all of the duodenum. I'm going to take the pancreas out, the gastric glands, which are part of your stomach, and let me see, what else have I got in here? I'll take the gallbladder out, liver, and all the different views of it, because I just want to have a look at my gut today and see what's going on. Right, so those areas are ticked. There's just 3 of them here. Hopefully there's no others. Have a quick look, squeeze through. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put the headphones on. They're not headphones, they're sensors basically. They've got sensors in there. And what they do is they scan the body through the brain and the energy system, picking up the different frequencies of the tissue. So each tissue has its own resonance in hertz. So an example would be that bone is 1.8 hertz, and it ranges up to 8.2 for parts of the brain and parts of the eyes as well. And so when it scans those 3 areas that I've ticked, it's going to compare my energy in relation to those specific areas of the gut in relation to the database, which has over 100,000 scans in there of healthy and unhealthy people. And then it's going to do a comparison. And once they've done the scan, you will see what comes up. So I will put the headpieces on, and we'll see that research has popped up. So I'm just going to click that to turn the sound off. And you'll see it's very, very quick. It's looking pretty good compared to what it's been in the past. So I'm happy with that. Okay, so that's it. So the research is done. I'll just take the headphones off for a minute. And so what it does, it's looking at the numbers on the screen, and then it categorizes them. So if we look at the wall of the duodenum, which is the first area that got scanned, you will see these different numbers. And 2 is normal, 1 is at the edge of normal, and 3 is the edge of normal. And then the stress level starts at 4 and it goes up to 6. So I've got a few 5s in there, and you can see where the 6s are actually the capillaries that supply that area of the body. When we look at the wall of the small intestine, then there's 4s in there, and there's some 5s where the vessels are, and the wall of the colon has got 4s in there and some 6s as well. So the next thing that I can do is actually do a bioresonant treatment. So what that's doing when it treats, for example, the wall of the duodenum, which is the first part of the gut or the intestines, it it's going to put the correct hertz or resonance into those tissues to help remind that area of the body this is where you should be energetically. So it's working on the energetic level when we're doing the treatments and obviously the scanning. And when things don't change for those treatments, and we know that we really need to work on the physical level as well. So I will put my headphones back on and just click auto therapy. So it's going to go through really quickly and do a treatment. And you might find that some of the numbers will change and improve. So this is just the front end of it. There's lots more that this system can do. So you can see there's a couple of 4s that are changed there. And then it will automatically jump to the next one. So I can treat, well, the system can treat up to 10 areas at a time, and up to 3 times each of the areas. So I will go in once this is done automatically, then I'm going to actually do another treatment manually. So it's going to be very interesting when I get a little bit deeper into the program to see what's going on in my gut. That's good. Some of the vessel numbers have changed. That's really good. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to go back to the treatment that I've just done, the wall of the duodenum, and look at current analysis. And then I'm going to do another metatherapy, another treatment. And I didn't see much changed on here, so I'm going to do one anyway. So let's just get it started. Okay, so another 5's changed to a 4. That's great. So really wanting the 5's to change. And the 6's, of course. All right, so I can look at the current analysis again, and I can actually compare between the different scans. So I can compare with the first scan that I did. And then we'll get some of these numbers down the bottom, percentages. So basically between the original scan and the second treatment, it has strengthened the area by 17% energetically, and it's decreased this level of stress by 33%, which is brilliant. And so I want to see also what the difference is between both of the scans. So I'm going to click on the first treatment, and that's strengthened by 9% and decreased the stress by 33%. So I'm going to actually do another metatherapy or treatment. Actually, I need to get back to the metatherapy. Oh yeah, that's fine. And do a treatment again. Just maybe move the center of it up a little bit. And then let it do its thing. All right. Then I'm going to repeat that for the small intestine, do another treatment. And then I think I'll just check between the last treatment and the one I've just done. I'm testing, see what that's done. See if it's changed much. So it's only strengthened by 2%, so I'm not going to bother doing another one on that. Okay. And I'll repeat it for the colon. Start it. Hopefully there'll be some changes. And again, I'm going to compare the two treatments. I'll see if it's worth doing another treatment or not. It's strengthened by 3%, so not really. All right. So come out of that. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to, oh, I won't take the, I'll leave the headphones on actually. We're going to start with the duodenum. And what I would like to do actually is to see whether I need any probiotics. And so I'm going to test, let's have a look at this one here. So I can test for all sorts of things. It doesn't just have to be probiotics. And so I've got a little cup here, I've put this particular probiotic in there. And then I'm going to do a comparison to see whether it actually helps or not. So it's strengthened by 2%. It's not a lot. So maybe I need to take that one. And so I'm going to go with another, what a basically keystone. Okay. There's a drop down thing that was in the way. Come out of that. And then back to the duodenum, the first scan that I did. And now I'm going to try this probiotic, omega-3, and see whether I need that or not. And do a comparative analysis or compare before and after. Yep, so that's 16%. So I'm a bit low on that one at the moment. And I'll do coagulans, which is another keystone. So these particular strains help with gut dysbiosis. And going through the duodenum. And that's the coagulants. Let's see what this is doing. A little bit low. Okay, 17%. So I need to take those ones again. I have been doing them, but I haven't done these for a while. And it'd be good to actually get those back into my system. So what I actually do with those is that we ferment them into the yogurt, and it increases the potency up to about 360 billion, so which makes a huge difference in helping to rebalance the gut flora. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you with this system, so I'm going to come out of that, go back into the wall of the duodenum, and then there was a whole heap of tests. I'm going to take these off, which I don't need on anymore. There's a whole heap of tests that I can have a look at in the back end. First of all, with permission, I can look at any disease processes. So, and I'm looking at intestinal dysbacteriosis because that's what I've recently been dealing with. And it's really good. It's actually out. It's showing that it's not stressing the body anymore. It was in the red. You can see there's a polyp of the duodenum. That's improved slightly with the treatments. So now what I can do is I can put them into a report. So this duodenum is not dealing with bad gut bacteria anymore, but I'm a little bit low on those keystone probiotics, so it'd be good for me to take those maybe for a week or so. And it's showing that I have Giardia actually, and it's one thing I really need to look into dealing with. And there's some other, yes, so parasites. But I know that I need to do a parasite cleanse actually. They're all showing in the red, so they're stressing that part of my body. But so some other things we can look at are toxicity. So it's a whole range in there at the moment. I know I need to do a detox. So I've actually been dealing with mold. So you can't do everything in one go. So I'm just going to pick up parasites. The parasites are showing, and that doesn't surprise me at all. Take caffeine. I hardly ever have caffeine. I had one coffee last week for first time in ages. And then now I can look at allergens. Okay, so whole range of food allergens in here. So I know black olives are no good for me in any case. I haven't had an improvement really with that over a year. So that's probably just genetically I shouldn't be eating them. Figs, I don't eat mushrooms because of the mold, banana. So I'm just going to put these foods in. Ginger's another one, and vanilla I just don't like anyway. And basil's another one. Spice. So these ones just keep coming up. Down the line. And they could well be just foods that I shouldn't eat at all, to be honest. And there's different types of food categories, like the nightshade family, that are not good for a lot of people. I'm not saying it is for everyone. Then you've got the nitrate families. That a lot of the nitrate foods aren't actually quite. They show up as allergens for me. So rice, I'm not drinking beer, so I'm not worried about that. Corn's another one. Bean. So there's quite a number in there. And this basically points to, I don't have honey actually, that my gut is still leaking. It does take time for the gut to heal, even though the gut flora is in a lot better balance and the dysbiosis is sorted out right now. As long as I don't go back onto eating lots of sugar and grains again, it takes time for those small cells in the gut to actually heal. And also, you've got to get your gut mucus reestablished as well. So that's another thing that I probably need to do a bit more of that. Casein, nuts. I know nuts are not good for me. Fruits. I know chili, citrus is just always, I've always been allergic to citrus. Mussels. You might be going, oh my God, this is so much. Fish. Raspberry, cinnamon. I'm just going to go up to 400. Okay, so we can look at environmental toxins. So again, I definitely need to do a detox. And toxins. So I'm going to put amoeba in there because that's another parasite. Viruses. And vitamin table shows me what I'm low on. So I will put that in to the reports. And heavy metals, nothing in the red, which is really good because mercury was a real bad issue for me. But I did quite a metal, or just a homeopathic metal detox after using a product that opens up the detox pathway, and it dealt with it really, really quickly, which is great. And all right, yeasts. So where's the mold? Okay. Mold is there. So that's improved enormously. So that's brilliant. All right.